Welcome back. Welcome back. Daddy's on his mojo. Uh, anyway, so I'm walking on my route, you know, and I usually see certain people do the highs and buys, and I always see this young lady, and I guess she's was walking her niece or maybe her nephew, or well, it's a girl, her niece or somebody, maybe her friend's daughter to work every day. Hey, how you doing, man? And I always say hi to her, certain things like that, just to be friendly. She always says hi to me. Now she's a younger woman, like young, and I know because you could tell, And I seen her just a little bit ago. She's all like tired in the face and rubbing the eyes. I'm like, you alright, sleepyhead? You better hurry up. You better get to work. She's like, yeah, man, that's what it is. I'm just always working. I'm tired. It's the morning, I had a rough night. And I said, that's alright. I said, what, you want to stay home? She goes, yeah, of course. I said, I know what you feel like. I didn't want to come in today either. I was like, rushing. I was late to work. Well, I wasn't late, but I was late getting up, getting myself ready so bad that I even I usually go get a coffee in the morning and, do my thing. But I was late, so I'm rushing and I put my regular shoes on and I end up forgetting because I got upstairs, got ready real quick, and then just started running to work or whatever. And I look down while I'm walking, I'm like, oh my God, you have your regular shoes on. Like, that's not too bad, but I don't want to get them dirty. They're fucking all white. And of course I did a little bit because I asked my supervisor if I can go home and change them. And he said, yeah, just, when you clock in, just go home real quick and just come back. So I said, all right, I got you. Thank you. Appreciate that. And anyway, so I'm talking to her and I tell her that little story of like, I wanted to stay home today because I was late and I was like, man, fuck it, it's Friday. And I was like, no, what are you going to do? And I said to myself, I said, you ain't going to do nothing. You're going to sit here, you probably write some rhymes, make some videos, do your normal thing in life, but you're not going to do anything that's important. You're going to get bored. You're going to be home, you're going to get bored, you're going to go to sleep, you're going to do nothing. Nothing you're going to do. Working on G&B, writing a rhyme, none of that shit it's good stuff, it's useful and all that, but you know what I mean? I'd rather go to work. So I got my ass up and I went to work. And I'm glad I did because I got to give a lesson to a young woman that probably really needed it because you could see it in her eyes like, wow, this shit makes sense. I said to her, I was like, you were going to stay home and you would have been bored, right? And she's like, yeah, you're kind of right. Like, usually when I stay home, I'll be just bored. And I said, when you at work, are you bored? And she goes, yeah, it's kind of why I don't want to go to work. I said, okay, now that you said this, listen to what you're saying, and I'm going to ask you a question. Would you rather be bored and broke or bored at work? She goes, oh, she smiles. She's like, yeah, I think I'd rather be bored and have money in my pocket. I said, exactly, because then you can take that money and you can do things and you won't be bored. I said, and another note, I said, you have to understand that being bored is an indicator. When you say those words, you are indicating something at this time, but most people don't, realize it. They just go look for entertainment or whatever. When you say you're bored in those situations where you're willing to give up work and money or, even anything that may actually be valuable to you, then you're being dumb, you know, because um, the work and gives you money. Doing things for people and you're bored and you just don't want to do it, those are favors, those are work. If you don't do the work, nobody's going to do the work for you. Anyway, when you're bored and you're at home, I told her you should understand that now you don't entertain yourself. You now know that if you're by yourself, you're not entertaining. And I'm like, that's not a bad thing. It is because you're bored. But that should let you know you need to start doing things when you're by yourself. You need to start either learning something that you know doesn't make you bored, you're interested. This is what hobbies are. So when you're alone and you're bored, you could go do that. And you won't be so mad. You won't be so bored because you have something to do now when you're alone. And I said, oh, on the days when you're bored and you don't want to go to work, I said, what are you going to do now? She said, I'm going to go to work. If I take out of work, it's because I'm going to be sick now. I'm not going to do that. I'm bored and just don't go to work because you make sense. If I'm bored, why not just go to work and just be there and just be bored and have something to do? The work that you don't want to do is something to do for the day. You know, it's not, making you smarter maybe or whatever, but it's making you money. So you could be bored making money, or you could be bored at home and not doing nothing. And I said, now that you have reached this pinnacle of thought, you need to understand when you go home and you have these feelings and you're alone and stuff, I said, you need to learn how to entertain yourself, because as you get older, most women think men are entertaining. Like we're supposed to entertain you all the time. And that's what fucks up a lot of people's relationship with friendships or relationships. I said everybody gets bored and they always call their friends to be entertaining. And it's like, no, what about me? The same feeling and experiences you're having in life, like I'm bored, I want to be entertained. That's the same thing as other people, and everybody's not entertaining. So this is what makes these weird relationships where you spend time talking about nothingness, the useless, simple shit, little dopamine spikes, instead of learning thyself, learning what things you are capable of. Hobbies are not just so you could be the next big thing. Hobbies and things are so you can express yourself, you can feel things, you can not be bored. You have something to do in the boredom. And I think that kind of went through into the head. So I was really happy about that. This is why I tell men or women, when you get a chance to talk to a younger person, do your job as a fucking older person and give these people some knowledge. This is why so many of us, them, give up. Like I remember in my 20s, I couldn't stay focused because there's nobody to breathe life into me. There was nobody to tell me these simple things like, yo, dog, don't skip work. You ain't gonna do shit. You're gonna sit home and not make no money. You ain't gonna do nothing. You really gonna do anything that's more important than you getting that little bit of money? Yeah, you don't like getting that little bit of money. But nigga, at least go to work and do half the fucking job or something. Bullshit your way through or something. But don't just sit there and not gain nothing in life. That's why when you're by yourself, bored, gain knowledge. Gain something. So you're not, That's why I'm glad an adult told me the truth when I was younger. You're going to be an adult a lot longer than you're going to be a kid, so you better enjoy your fucking youth. You better enjoy all these little kid things, because once it's time to put that shit down, you got to put it down. We put the toys down. We put the fucking young looking at life for young things, but we don't put the mentalities down of I'm bored. Someone say, mommy entertain me, daddy entertain me. Nigga, you supposed to put that shit down too. Nobody thinks like that. Preachers are supposed to be teaching this. Grown-ups are supposed to be telling you this. They just tell you, no, you're grown because you stopped playing the games. You're grown because you don't wear kid clothes. I wear adult clothes. I'm grown. No, you're fucking not. You have a kid's mind. You're just doing grown shit. That's all it is. You memorize how to do grown shit. You came of age, but mentally wise, you can't teach. You wouldn't even know to tell a motherfucker that shit that I just said. You tell a motherfucker go work harder. Work harder, nigga. Suck it up. It's the way it is. That's how you could tell a man is fucking has no knowledge in his mind. It's just the way it is. Tough it out. No, some things are just the way it is, and some things you just gotta tough it out. But there's a lot in life where you actually gotta know and learn and go through things. And it's like, That's because the old world is gone. These older niggas, shout out to y'all, you know what I mean? And a lot of people that in business and certain everything in the world, nothing's the same. We're not living in 1980s. It's not the fucking 90s no more. It's not the fucking none of this shit. The whole fucking world is different. And you'll have these old motherfuckers talk to you like we're still living in that world. You just get a job and you just did it and you just be alright. Niggas can't even fucking get jobs still. Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about just get a job? Who the fuck are you talking to? How hard is that? Corona's over, dog. Everybody not hiring no more. Ain't that crazy how that shit was popping and everybody was hiring? Now it's off, it's over, and nobody's hiring. But nobody's making no fucking money though. Because I be looking at restaurants every single day when I walk around, and nobody's buying anything really. The bare minimum. Everybody's doing the bare minimum. Like, it's so weird the way the economy is going and the way it's turning out. Like, it's really weird because people need to spend money, and if people don't make money, then people are not going to spend money. And if everything's rising, that means automatically businesses cannot be making as much money because no one's going to spend the money because you have to pay rent. You get it? So I really want to know, how is all these stores staying open? I see stores of things that don't even make sense. Like, niggas is rubber band stores and fucking glasses store. Ain't nobody buying that shit. How the fuck is all these places staying open? I don't never see no one in there, and I don't never see no one buying shit. I be really wanting to know. You know what I mean? I be really wanting to know, man. Like, I seen some guy doing his little thing, and he said, yo, bro, we living in a straight matrix, bro. He said, this shit is fake as hell. And I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? So he's walking through the mall, and he's pointing at all these stores. He said, you're telling me these niggas make enough money to keep that shit open? He's like, hell no, there's no way. I think they were selling, like these beads and shit, like stones and you know that chakras and all that shit. And I'm like, yo, bro, most people don't even know about that shit yet. You know what I mean? So this shit is not popular enough where you just open the store. I mean, maybe it is, but just like that man said the same thing I said. I don't see anybody in the stores ever. When I go to the mall, nobody's ever in the fucking stores buying none of this shit. So how the fuck are these stores staying open? How? How is it possible? You're not making money. You know what I mean? How much is the rent to rent these stores and own this shit? Because I be wondering, yo. I'm like, yo, I be looking at a lot of places like that. Like, yo, bro, if your shit is like a couple $1,000s or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, dog, I don't see nobody in your store like that. How you maintain this shit? How do you buying the food? How you still paying for all that food, all this shit? You're paying your customers and all this, but nobody's in there. How are you fucking paying people? You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of weird shit going on. Anyway, let me get off this. Just wanted to give these little quick messages. All love, all praise to the Most High.